Folks, welcome back to the farm. Happy Saturday morning. We're in the kitchen here this morning and we're in the crock pot. We're going to cook something delicious here today. So I got a homegrown chicken that we raised right here on the farm in our chicken tractors. And then I got a big thick slab of white onion, about half an inch thick, that I diced up loosely. 2 crushed cloves of garlic, some fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and then I got some leftover wine. I know what some of you are saying, what is leftover wine? But believe it or not, you don't always have to finish the bottle. We're gonna finish the bottle today. We're gonna pour it over top of this chicken and cook. Oh, the coq au vin, I think that's what the French call that. There we go, no more leftover wine. Lid on, we're gonna put this baby on low. Come back and eat it tonight, it's gonna be fantastic. So it's quite wintry out here now, as you can see. We're getting into it. I dug out the big hat, the thick winter gloves. I'm just running some kitchen scraps out to the chickens. Tie them over till this afternoon. We're gonna pick up another loop load here this afternoon, which has been fantastic. But of course, chickens can't live on day-old bagels alone. They need something else as well. So still kind of keeping the chicken feeder full. So they're eating that and then eating whatever little extras they get too. One thing that is kind of infuriating but unavoidable is the fact that although we're at that point in time of the year where the chickens have stopped laying their eggs for a spell here, they don't eat any less. In fact, their dietary needs have actually increased because they're going through the molt. So all that protein that they need to regrow new feathers, it's up to us to introduce that, right? Make sure they're getting lots of protein. Otherwise, well, they may just not lay eggs all winter, which I don't know about you, but I'm kind of fond of breakfast. First, this morning there, I did have the big tractor out and run a bale over to the sheep, get them all fed up for the day. My wife's working today, so that's something I wanted to do while she was still around the house, because I'm not really super keen on taking both kids out in the tractor with me just yet, not this time of year. Especially coming, like, that tractor's pretty good. It's got brakes, that's a good start. It's got a park function, the transmission. But I've always been hesitant leaving 2 young kids in the tractor. They push a lever, tweak a button, something like that. Dad gets run over, gets killed, whatever. And then there's the 2 kids, tractor driving across the field with 2 kids in it. That's not my idea of a good Saturday afternoon. What my idea of a good Saturday afternoon is ripping over to the fire hall. This afternoon we're going to do our grand opening of the fire hall in town there, which has been a long time coming. Actually, we officially moved in a year ago, but like anything else, herding all the cats, moving all the pieces into place, took a long time. So a year after we actually ran our first call out of that building, we're going to do the grand opening, which is fine because it took us literally 75 years of operation to get a fire hall officially built. So that'll be a fantastic fun afternoon. Hopefully the guy gets a couple hot dogs, shake some hands, kiss some babies, come home, eat some chocolate and get a cup of tea. All right, well, I'm back from town. Did the fire hall grand opening, got a couple hot dogs in us, got some hot chocolate, and then we ran and picked up our loop load. Very different load this week, actually. So we got a whole caseload of apples. Chickens will love that. We got a produce box, some bagged salads, which, I mean, most of the stuff is, I don't know what it is about the parking lot, but the minute this stuff hits the parking lot, it immediately turns brown. So these are a huge waste, but the fact that this one's not so bad because mostly Caesar salad, but you get these ones. So there's sauce and there's little chips and then there's like other veggies that go in with it. So there's like packaging inside of packaging inside of packaging in these ones. Pomegranate cups, so those chickens will love those. This is another box of produce we got, and then we got some mixed, I don't even know what this stuff is. Let's have a look at this. What is this? Baby whole clams. That's going to be interesting to figure out what we're feeding that to. Bag of cheesies, M&M's, candy. It's interesting. Anyways, the stuff you get, some crackers, some scalloped potatoes. We only got one box of meat, one little tray of meat, which was really, really interesting because the last 2 pickups we've had a whole case of meat that have been sufficient to feed 2 big dogs all week long. So they're going to be on the dog food run here this week, and well, you're the first to show up, so I guess you get a treat. And then of course we got some bread and a little bit of what looks like buttermilk. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with the buttermilk, but we did get some flour and stuff, some pancake mix last week, so I might actually mix that off, make a bit of a dough, feed that to the chickens. Blueberry pie, chickens will love that. Some snack packs, yogurt drinks. So lots of liquids this week, you know. Buttermilk, look at that. So yeah, I think we'll have to whip up a little bit of a batch of dough here or something and feed it to the chickens, and then they'll have the time of their life. But the dogs, no treats for the dogs this week, except for that one little tray.
That's floor.
Yeah, the floor. So I just slow cooked this chicken for 7.5 hours in white wine. I'm going to transfer it from the crock pot to the cutting board so that I can put it in a container. And during the transfer, it landed on the floor. 5-second rule? That's what we're going with. 5-second rule. I will say though, that is one very, very effective way to debone a slow cooked chicken. Is just drop it on the floor and everything just comes right apart. Bones separate, the ligaments, tail, all that stuff. Poof! And all you're left with is chicken.